seen canvas slip-ons, we've seen slippers for the house. We were just talking about a gorgeous sandal, and now a slip-on shoe done in suede. Her name is Kristi. She's new. Expect to spend almost $120 anywhere else, but she's available today at a featured price at QVC, $99.98. You've got easy pay on everything, $25, and then free shipping and handling. This is the first day this shoe has been on the air. It is a top find, which means it will be seen more throughout the day. And when that happens, because right now some people, especially in the Midwest, on the West Coast, are still asleep. You've
Still
got a
snoozing.
choice.
Wake up, get in early.
Right. But this is where we say early bird gets the worm.
Exactly.
Where you've got your choice of colors, of sizes, of widths, because we have medium and wide widths available here in my pick of the show. But I want you to shop for it right now, because if you come back later on in the day, there's a good chance that we won't have everything that we have for you at this stage. This is that beautiful, sort of a darker shade of blue. We call it navy, and all of them, except for the black, so that just means two, will have a gray outsole.
That's right. Nice little contrast outsole there on this style.
More tonal here in the charcoal. Wow.
I love that mixed media there with the look of the upper. It just gives some really great depth there between the suede and that beautiful
even these
goring.
little touches where the pull tab in the back is done in that lighter suede. Beautiful charcoal. And then we have it for you in the black, and that one does have the black outsole.
That's right. So again, if you work in the service industry, this is going to be a great option for you. And you know, oftentimes if you work in those sort of industries or have to wear a uniform, oftentimes the uniforms are pretty bland. So where you can have some leverage or some leeway there is on your footwear choices. So to get something that's a little bit more stylish but still comfortable and supportive is a great option.
I was really excited when Liam and I were talking about this shoe, and he said, if you're familiar with our flip-flops or our sandals and you're looking for that same kind of experience in a closed-toed, right for fall style, then this is the shoe. This is the one that he said it's a great choice. And I think for people who bought maybe the Tide Anniversary Today special value, that's what you're getting here in this shoe, but a totally different look.
Exactly. So this is a really unique footbed here, and I get really excited about it because it was only actually introduced about halfway through last year. So we had a lot of feedback to say, look, we would love to have a closed-in shoe with a very similar underfoot feel and technology as your flip-flops are. So what we did was created this integrated unit. So the outsole, the midsole, and the footbed are all integrated. They're all one unit. So unlike a lot of our closed shoes where you can remove the insole, you cannot remove the insole to this. But what you're getting here is a level of cushioning and support like we've never introduced before, because what we have is that orthotic technology. Now, you probably can't see the contours as well with this particular style. They are still there, I can assure you, but because we've got that layer of memory foam over the top. So this is going to be beautiful and soft underneath the foot. So it's really going to sort of, you can see my finger there just sort of, really getting cushioned in there, but you still got that orthotic technology sitting underneath the foot. So your foot's going to be beautifully cradled underneath this unit, and it's a really sleek looking unit. If I can just sort of pick it up there now and show you on the grey. So you can see they're all one piece. So you slip your foot in there, it's going to have a very similar level of support and underfoot feel as our sandals and our flip-flops. And that's why we introduced it.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
Is it true that Kristi is exclusive to QVC?
I only find it at QVC. That is very true. So, I mean, it's what's really cool. I mean, there's been a couple of styles we've had here this morning which you can only find on QVC. QVC has the biggest range of Vionic in the world, including Vionic. You've got more shoes than Vionic.
That's great.
Because we make these great exclusive items.
There's the navy. I'm wearing it here in the charcoal, and then Liam in front of him, that's the black. And you're choosing here sizes medium and wide. Nice to be able to offer that to you. And the range in medium, whole sizes. So we start with 5, and then we have 6 through 10 whole and half.
That's
and
correct.
11.
Yep.
And then in the wide, 6 through 10 plus 11. And then is that pretty standard, true to size, true to width?
Fitting true to size, no issues there, fitting true to width as well. And what I love about this, what's really cool, again, it's a slip-on style. Oftentimes with slip-on styles, you don't have a lot of options or forgiveness, if you like, in the fit. But with this, with that beautiful elastic goring over the top, it's going to be very forgiving. So very, very easy to get on and off the foot with that little tab at the back. And then once you've got it on the foot, if you've got a higher instep, it's going to be really sort of comfortable on the foot, or a lower instep.
It feels modern for a slip-on shoe. Sometimes you think, I've seen seen that before. It's a little bit predictable. This is not.
I agree, and I think it's look, it's still athletic. It's still got that active or that athleisure look.
Right.
But I think the fact that it's a slip-on, it's almost giving you that, elevating it a little bit with that moccasin sort of look to it. So I think it's a really great combination.
Oh, I would wear this with dresses, like knit dresses, or I presented a waffle knit dress from anybody yesterday that I think this sort of style with a denim jacket would look fresh.
Would be perfect, yeah. So I think it is a really versatile style, but still sort of taking advantage of that more active or athletic look
I didn't just present it, I bought it in 2 colors. Let's talk about Jill.
I like how honest you were, because you were never even challenged on it. You just sort of
I'm so honest. My mom, I just try to tell the truth, Liam.
You've just answered a question nobody asked you. I love it.
Might as well be a politician.
Exactly.
Okay, $25 on Easy Pay, and then free shipping and handling. What are we getting?
And here we can see the problem. You can see, that the force is really just pushing that foot over to try and meet the ground, which is creating this misalignment on Jill. Now, where the foot should be, if Jill was standing on a more natural surface like soil or sand, what you'd find is the foot would look closer to that. And there you can see now how that line straightened up, just with my hand supporting Jill. So no longer is that foot rolling over to try and meet the ground with my hand supporting it. But when I let it go, you can see how that's rolling back over again to try and meet the ground. So what we want to do is bring the ground up to meet the foot, and that's what this technology is going to do. If I just slip the footbed underneath Jill's foot, and there you can see how everything's nicely straightened up again. So now that foot's a lot closer to being back into its natural alignment. And that's what I always like to recommend, because you can see the changes that's made. So if you've never worn Vionic for the first time, ease yourself into it. Wear them for 20 minutes, half an hour for the first few days of getting them home, just to get your foot used to having that level of support. It's not a break-in period for the shoe. It's more so just to get your foot accustomed to having this level of alignment.
Because you're used to what's happening on the left side, the before, and so that's where your body's been for who knows how many years.
Exactly.
And now we're talking about the after, and so that's the adjustment that Liam's talking about. And I appreciated that advice. My first pair I just wore them around the house just to make sure I was good to go. Yeah. And then as soon as I went out, I think I was like walking on the golf course. My husband's a caddy, and so I was following his group around, probably 7 miles walking. I'm like, they were great. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about right out of the box.
Exactly.
With this style, we've got it available for you here in the beautiful navy. And then we have the ones that I slipped on because I like the contrast with a black legging. I thought that was fun, and you'd be able to see the details that way too. That's the charcoal. And then in front of Liam is the black, medium and wide available. It's the first day we're presenting Kristi, and she's a top find, so she will be on throughout the day. Get your size and your width right now in the color that you want most. And let's check in with Carol Ann. She's calling from New York. Hello, Carol Ann.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, we're great.
Thank you.
This is Liam, and I'm Mary. We'd love to know about your love affair with Vionic. We hear you have a few pairs in the closet.
My love affair right now is with the green pants that Liam is wearing. That's number one.
You noticed them, huh?
Number two, you look absolutely beautiful as well right next to him.
Don't be shy.
But
there we go.
I was unfamiliar with Vionic maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay.
I had knee surgery 2 years ago. I had plantar fasciitis, and at the age of 73, you can't go walking around in 3-inch heels anymore. So my daughter introduced me to Vionic, and now I have 9 pairs of everything that you've brought on in the last year, Liam. I tell you, everything.
That is quite an introduction to the brand. You've started off as from your daughter's recommendation, and now you're picking everything up. That's wonderful. Yeah. How has it changed?
As a matter of fact, last week I just got the gray slippers that you showed at the beginning of the show.
Wonderful.
Because I was told you have old feet. And you can't go around barefoot like you used to for the last 40 years. Okay. So these are great for in the house. You put them on as soon as you get up and you're just walking around and you're letting the dog out and the whole thing. And you have every style that goes with every occasion. I wore what are they? The snake sandals with the leather straps and the buckles. I wore them to a wedding in May.
Beautiful.
And I have your suede boots that I wore to another function last year. I mean, it does amazing things for your posture and amazing things for your back and your knee pain that goes away. It's incredible. You don't realize how much walking without shoes is detrimental to your health. And so your shoes, they've cured everything. They're wondrous.
Fantastic. Carol Ann, thank you so much for your feedback, and thank you for becoming such a, what we call a raving fan with Vionic.
Yeah, and I just saw the ones that you just advertised, the Kristi,
Yep.
and I'm thinking about getting those too.
They're awesome.
It's a great
They're
option.
awesome.
But I think what you've said is something, and I'm so happy you've given us that feedback, because it's something we've really been trying to do, is making sure that there's a style of shoe that we're making that's going to give you that support, but you'll also want to wear. So that's why we're really trying to expand into all these different types of categories, whether it be something more comfortable and casual and athletically inspired like the Kristi, whether it be our heels, whether it be our boots, because you want those for all of your outfits. You've got outfits that those shoes are going to go with. We want to make sure that there's a Vionic option for one
exactly.
of them.
And what I've done too is, maybe 6 months ago, I ordered both types of the inserts to go with my favorite shoes that I already had. That if they cost you over $60, $80, $100, you don't want to just chuck them out because you can't wear them anymore. So I put them in that, and I put them in another pair of sneakers. I mean, they're wondrous.
I love it,
They're
Carol Ann.
wonderful.
What's your daughter's name?
Patricia Coleman.
Well, please give her a squeeze from
Yes.
the two of us.
Thank you.
And we can't thank you enough for this heartfelt call. It really means a lot to us to hear directly from you about your experience and your passion for the brand.
Oh, absolutely. And I advise anybody who even has a hint that they're not sure, and anybody who has had knee surgery or hip surgery, it's going to make a great big difference on the way you stand and how your posture is.
Thank you, Carol Ann.
Thank you so much for your kind words and your feedback, Carol Ann. I really, really appreciate it.
Have an awesome day.
Okay.
And thanks for not
All
teasing
right,
me about
thank
my green
you.
pants.
Thanks.
Everyone's been giving me a hard time here.
Why is that? It's so weird. So this is Kristi. She's a top find. She's my pick. If you're thinking about it, you're like Carol Ann, you want to give it a try. Easy returns, free exchanges. You've got free shipping and handling and easy pay. So I think those are 4 great reasons to shop here and now. $25 just to try it. That's the navy. We have it available here in the charcoal, and then in front of Liam, and those green pants. That's the black. So fly. I think the two of us, like gingham, then sort of an abstract.
There's a bit going on.
What? If you were able to focus on this with the two